allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, before we do the adoption of the agenda, I want to add, a gaming resolution that Martin Summers told me about late last night. And, I got with Brent today and he's gonna explain it to us. We can put it anywhere. Why don't we do that on, right before number one, we'll have that out of the way.
Motion to approve agenda with addition ahead of number one.
All in favor? Okay. Next is approval of financial information, August 2024, September 2024.
They wanna table the financial, cause they have a question about the sales tax collection. They wanna
Oh,
table.
well, all of it in there.
Yeah, but the numbers are
I
off.
think they're reversed, I think the months may be
We're
reversed.
gonna wait on next month, but
Yeah.
Next month,
to vote on it. Okay, we'll table that till the last meeting in this month. Approval of minutes of previous meeting,
motion.
Second.
all in favor? All right, public comments concerning agenda items. Okay. If none, we'll discuss chairman, positions for 2025. I believe that it, rotates to our new chairman, James Burns.
They rotate to Joe, but I'm gonna step down and,
Or it rotates to you?
Yeah,
Go back to
Okay.
District One.
they rotate to me and I'm gonna step down and,
That's right.
help,
Okay, it rotates to James, if you would like to take it.
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations. I think you know what you're getting into.
Fun ride.
Oh, you'll be good. Okay, number two under general discussion is discuss vice chairman appointment for 2025.
off, open that, yeah.
Brad, I second. All in favor? Are we gonna vote?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
just the
so
discussion
I'm
part.
We discuss.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll do
Okay, you
that.
saying you
I
were
did,
Brad?
okay,
Any other discussion? Okay, number three, discuss reappointment of county clerk.
yeah.
I say we keep her another year.
I think everybody agrees on that. All right, number four, discuss reappointment of county attorney.
Let's keep him one more too.
Okay, discuss Phoebe building. Before we get into that part, I got Ms. Summers from, Mercer University contacted me last week, and they have an interest.
Oh, yeah.
They have an interest in the Phoebe building, and from what, she was gonna come tonight, but she got tied up in the Jimmy Carter funeral, she had to be there, so. Anyway, what they're wanting to do is put a premier healthcare facility here, and it'll be doctors from Mercer University, which would be really good for the county, I think. And, they also, the way she indicated it to me, that it would be not necessarily geared towards, lower income families, but they would definitely treat lower income people that couldn't afford otherwise to go, to a doctor or whatever. And I think that would be a really big asset for the county, myself.
Yeah, I got, Dr. Bill to, we bought it for the health department, built the health department one. And, we want to call it where the school board got up there. Yeah,
Who would we?
When you say we,
Who would we?
county commission. I'm thinking there's county commission, some we already voted on, swap it out to the school board. If they, want it, we take that corner up there and make a sport complex up there. Pickleball, ain't nothing but the kids, nothing to do in the city of Ashburn. Pickleball court, tennis court, swimming pool, and then put a health, in the inside, do a physical fitting place in some of them buildings up there. And then they'll have that place where they can, giving their grocery away, their food away, and then take it and do the, like kitchen and all that, that people have the family union or whatsoever, we can rent all that for it, I got that. That's my motto.
I don't think the health department's gonna move in either, so, stuff, but, we was trying to sell it, City of Ashburn has backed out of it. They're not interested. I would love for the deal that you guys worked with the hospital for people come in. But I've also talked to Miss Christie, the superintendent, and she went and looked at it the other day after me and Joe talked. She went and toured the building, and I think, not to get ahead of things, but I think she's gonna present it to the school board to purchase. I'm not interested in the swap deal Joe is, but I would like to get rid of the building. If they happen to want a building, we do have one for sale. If they don't, then don't worry about it. But I mean, I would like to sell the building, as I have the whole time, as Joe knows.
Well, you know, the way I look at it is, we could do all the stuff that, or most of the stuff you want to do with the tennis courts and all that at the rec department that we already got. And you know, the people that live in that circle around that building now, they probably ain't gonna really want a swimming pool and a pickleball court and all that in their backyard, but that's just my thinking.
That's my idea.
Any other discussion?
And more y'all, Dana, or you, James?
Yeah, I mean, I believe the Phoebe building was a broader strategic move on the board of commission. It seems like there's everyone is not in agreement there, but, I think Commissioner Burgess' idea sounds like a great asset to the communities, particularly for our inner city kids who don't have as much easy access to the recreation center out in the county. Also, I know we have Southwell here already, and, you know, where are we looking to broaden our partnership with Southwell? I believe they have more property as well. So, you know, we have Southwell, how can we continue to partner with them? Although the Emory or Mercer, I believe is what it's supposed to be. Idea sounds good. I mean, the representative is not here, so I can't comment too much more on how valuable or invaluable
She
that.
said that she would come in front of the board to give us a full, you know, disclosure on what she wants to do.
Yeah.
She just hit the high tops with me.
So those are my comments.
Any other discussion? All right. Discuss bids for grass cutting services for Turner County. We got 3 bids. Chapman's Lawn Service is $56,150. Vale Lawn Service is $56,900. And Above and Beyond Lawn Care is $71,700.
No better.
I agree.
Question? Does this include what is new in this cutting that was not in last year?
The airport was added back in.
So the airport is back on here, and when you're cutting the airport, when you say cutting the airport, are we just cutting, what did it say, we just cutting around the lights?
Yeah,
Or are
you
we
cut-
cutting,
You're cutting around the lights and then around the little trailer area and then around the boxes at the end of the runway.
I mean, it's all doing a little more, they're not big, are y'all still gonna do
We're
the
still
big
doing it
more?
with the big mowers. We're still doing it with the big mowers out in the field part of it.
Y'all doing the main, they're just doing the tight area, so
Yeah.
y'all bust.
And we don't
not
tear
all
the lights out and the boxes out with the mowers.
How much more is this bid than last year's?
Last year bid was 52.5.
So it's just a little bit of an increase. I'm good with that little bit.
The current, is it Bell Lawn Service the current? And they're only $800 more. So we always go with, are we always leaning towards low bid? If, you know, we're gonna switch every year if there's someone just comes in $200 under every year.
Well, Chapman was low the year before, and then Bale came under him.
Been doing it.
So,
for this 20 years.
Yeah, I wanted us to stay with Chapman last year because we were getting such positive, feedback from everyone, the job they were doing, but they were not the low bidder, so, the board voted to go with the low bid. I support the low bid in this case because it's Chapman's, I think they'll do a good job.
Okay, and then if the Bell comes or above Leon comes on $200 below next year, we're just go with low bid. We're just flip flop.
That's what Joe does.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why you
I
bid
like
it.
to do
That's why
best
you-
value.
That's why you bid it.
I would prefer to do best value if there's precedent, that's why I supported Chapman's last year. Sometimes it's not about the bottom dollar, but I didn't win the day last year, so.
Okay, next is discuss repairs on the old 911 building. Now, sometime back, we voted to redo the building and move the state court ladies that actually do the work under Mary Lee. They basically working on top of each other. So we decided to do that, and at the time, we thought we could probably do it for somewhere in the neighborhood of 25,000, which was just a guess. And of course, it's gonna be more. It's probably gonna run about 16 more than we thought. Somewhere between 10 and 16 more than we thought, but we've already done a lot of work. We replaced the heating cooling system. We tore the roof off. We got all the roofing materials to go back on. We started with, Dustin's crew helping when they could, but they're so busy on the road still. We certainly didn't wanna pull them off the road to work on this, so, we're probably gonna have to get some, take some bids and to, actually get it finished, and unless we just drag it out. I say let's take some bids, finish it, and I'll move the girls in there and be done with it.
Mr. Chair, I do not recall voting on doing this project. I thought,
I checked with Patrice, and she found it in the minutes where we actually discussed it.
Talked about it
And
in,
then we agreed to do it, and she has a date on that.
we talked about doing that, but we didn't vote on doing it. We just had a,
Understand, y'all
You
gave
just
me the
said-
authority to do it.
but I honestly thought you said $5,000. I promise you, with my hand up.
I
Yeah, I don't remember
ain't
voting on
quite
it.
that far off.
I don't remember voting
Well,
on it
see,
either.
that's what I remember is 5,000 too.
no, he said 25.
It was,
And
Yeah,
I
and she
swear I thought I
she
heard
told me,
five.
but.
Maybe it was wishful thinking on our
It
part.
may have been.
I don't remember voting on it. I think we should have bid it out to start with.
well,
So,
we done gone this, well, we did
Yeah,
do this,
did
we
it
bid,
last
we bid
Yeah,
out
did
the,
it.
we bid out the heating and air. We bid that out and got the lowest bid.
we should have bid the building out in, we called.
Well, that's what we need to do now is finish
They
it.
bid it out and be through with it, they ain't even.
Yep, I agree.
Ain't even worried about it, so we bid it out and be through. Put it up to bid. I think we need to use, certified people to talk to you. They work on that stuff. Way out there.
Now, you just gotta use whoever you can find, if you can find anybody.
You can find, they out there.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, discuss board appointments for Turner County Development Authority.
We tabled this because I had not had an opportunity to really understand why we were doing it for the term and et cetera. And I had concerns because I was led to believe that the individual being nominated was being voluntold. I've since had an opportunity to talk to Raymond, and he is very much interested in doing this. And so, with that in mind, I will support this recommendation.
I feel the way I feel about it to start with. I think we need a black representative on it, and, if things.
Okay, any other discussion?
I did do some research, and Ashley, thank you for sending over some of the documentation regarding this authority. I do realize Mr. Poor is a, great asset to our community and the industry that he works in, but I do also agree with Commissioner Burgess on, diversifying this group. Not necessarily has to be someone black, but, a diverse membership on that would be helpful to the community, Asian, Hispanic, Indian, someone of a different, definitely, whatever the board decides.
You will be on that board starting in January, starting now.
Yeah, that 1 year.
Yeah, that goes, you automatically.
Yeah, I mean, it is
That 1 year.
Yeah,
But it's up for 5 years.
yeah, correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other discussion on the TCDA appointment? All right, number 9, discuss ambulance for EMS, Robbie.
Yes, sir. Hope y'all are enjoying the cool weather. Got a few little notes for you here as I'm going through it. See if I can just point out a few things. It's 3 pages, but I'm gonna take up about 5 minutes.
Thank you.
So as we discussed in the 24-25 budget meetings, if you look at the, I think it's the second page, that's the same sheet that I gave y'all back then that shows the year of recommendations of when we need to replace ambulances and so forth. And we talked about it in the 24-25 budget meetings, and y'all agreed also that we did need to stick with the process where we are trying to get one every 3 years. That puts about 10 or 11 years on using that ambulance. This particular ambulance is listed as the 2014, right now, 240,200 miles on it. I also have you a letter from Fleet Maintenance Manager Noah McCurdy, letting you know what all we've had to do with this truck over the last couple of years, and it's still not in great shape, over the last year rather. And so in starting to look for companies to bid like we always do, I call and ask for guesstimates of what a truck will cost like we have currently, guesstimates, not estimates. And every one of the companies over the last 3 years have gone up considerably. The cheapest that just talking to folks that I could find, whereas we paid $158,000, $159,000 for the last ambulance that we bought 3 years ago. Those costs have gone up to $250,000 for an ambulance in 3 years. Chassis have gone up close to 70% for the ambulances. And we all know what steel prices are in every company that we deal with. So in doing that, I discussed with y'all that I may look at an option at the budget meetings back in June of actually going with a remount. And to give you a little idea of what a remount is they take our oldest truck, which we're trying to get rid of, they take that box off of the current chassis. They strip it down completely. They sandblast it, they clean it up, they take all the electronics out of it, replace it with new electronics, and put it on a new chassis. That, I found one company, that's the current company that we've actually bought the last 7 ambulances from, Custom Trucking Works up in Woodbury, Georgia, and reached out to companies, and that's the only company I could find amongst the ambulance companies that I have used in the past to get bids in order to find someone to do a remount. And that bid came in at what you see right there, at $170,228. Again, it's almost $80,000 less than what a new ambulance would cost. And I think I'm recommending that's the way we go, and probably go in the future to utilize those boxes and just do away with rotating the chassis out. A couple of things, right now he said they're approximately 6 or 7 months before they can start on it for us. So we would continue to use that ambulance for the next 7 months, or until they say, okay, we're ready. But they won't even put us on the wait list until we get a signed PO. So that's the reason I'm here to discuss it with y'all tonight. What I can tell you, a few notes, that we'd be looking at a 2025 to 2026 year model vehicle as far as the chassis. The lead time right now, from the time we get the PO signed to the time that we probably get the truck, is between 10 and 12 months. Get it back.
it'll be out of service 60 to 90 days. So during that 60 to 90 days, when they get ready for it, to start ripping it apart, taking it apart, we'll be down to 3 ambulances. But just to let you know, as the chair and the vice chair both know, I always let them know when we have an ambulance in the shop, this truck's been out of service most of the year anyways. So we haven't put a lot of miles on it. When I say it's been out most of the year, probably a total of about 3.5 months. So we found ways to get by. We've had needs for 4 trucks once, but worked it out to where I responded and the ambulance came back and wanted a critical patient. But that's what I'm recommending is that we go with a remount instead of a complete build, and that amount is $170,228. As we discussed at the budget hearings, and as I've done in the past, is to split it up between 2 budgets, using SPLOST, the special local option sales tax. We could cut a check the last day of June for half of it, or whatever we got left in SPLOST, and put the rest of it on the 25-26 budget, so that we're not looking at, it's gonna get ready in the next budget, but we need to plan that money now, and I need to get on that list to get this built. So we can split it between 2 budgets, as I have with all my high dollar items over the last, 8 or 10 years and everything. Any questions?
What's the warranty difference on this between this and the new one?
The only thing that's, everything in the back of the truck, just like it is now, like the air conditioner, all electronics, is 5 years. The chassis, 36,000 miles. So that's the reason we put that on one in a year's time. So, whereas like the 2 newer trucks we have now, we have one that just went out of warranty completely, the 2019 just went out of warranty all the way around. It's got 94,000 miles on it, so the chassis miles been out of warranty since 36,000 miles. The good thing about the newer truck is it'll be a Chevrolet again, and it can be worked on at Parker's, as far as
You going
warranty.
back with a diesel, or you going gas?
We're going gas this time.
I would too.
We're going back with the DEF systems have been our biggest issues over the last 6 or 7 years, and by law, we cannot remove those DEF systems once the warranty goes out off of emergency vehicles. So, that's my recommendation. I think that's our best bet. In the past, we have had gas burners. I've discussed it with, Wilcox County EMS. They have one of them. They have had 0 issues with it. As well as, I think, Chris County's last one was a gas burner.
In terms of SPLOST, we have, more than enough money in the old SPLOST account to purchase the ambulance outright rather than splitting it over. We right now have about $735,000 in SPLOST. So we can pay for the ambulance outright without having to split it.
Sometimes it's better to split it because you don't know what's coming up,
Well, we got $700,000 in SPLOST, and we
You
just
say the
have
old.
Yeah, the biggest
we have
thing,
2 accounts.
That's in.
not to interrupt, but the biggest thing is, y'all compare which one you wanna take it out of later. The big thing is, I need a PO signed by tonight's chair so we can move forward and get on that list.
I just wanna make sure we use SPLOST for this, and,
That's all we were ever about.
I know, but I mean, I'm just saying, we've got a lot of money in SPLOST, and I think.
And I did check, a few years ago on that 2019, we did get a $50,000 grant. Pay for part of that, that's not available this year. Maybe it will be in 2026, they said, for our next one, but at current, we have no grants available for ambulances.
You gotta write a check till June 30th.
Well, if you need it to come out of the bank June 30th, then I ain't giving them a check until we pick it up. And that will more likely be around October, so. I talked to Latrice, I know our checks are good for 60 days, but we can,
You just didn't sign it yet.
I need a PO to get it on the list, knowing it's gonna be $170,228, or whatever the number was. And the thing is, he said that they expect, all 3 ambulance companies I talked to expect another increase in July. They say an ambulance is gonna cost $300,000 by 2027, from top to bottom. Hey, fire trucks have gone from $250,000 to $800,000 over the last 8 years. Any other questions? Thank y'all for your time.
Okay, number 10, discuss setting the 2024 tax levy. The GMAS has recommended that we lower our millage rate to 13.413 mils. That's about a little over 3 mils less than what it was last year. I suggest let's move it to 13 even,
Hmm?
13 mils even,
I do that.
and that's coming down another almost half mil than what they recommended, but we're in good enough shape, I think we can do that.
How much does that mean?
I love that getting proven on us at the last.
I know, I would like to know how much does that equal to in lost revenue?
And half a mil is, so it's not quite half a mil, I think a mil is 250,000, so it'd be around, 125.
I don't have.
That'll get us back to almost where we were.
Oh, I thought the 13.43 got
No,
us
that's
to,
gonna be more revenue, about 150,000 more than what we've been getting.
oh, I thought that was new growth, I misunderstood. I thought the 14 got us to, they wasn't paying no more taxes, same amount of taxes, but it's except for the school. I mean, I'm good, I'll go with that too, I just didn't, first time I heard it.
I think it'll help our taxpayer a little bit, and move on down to 13.
Well, we always wanna help the taxpayer.
I know, I just wish you would have had a given us a heads up so we could see the impact and stuff. I don't have any objections, I don't want anyone to pay more taxes, this reevaluation has been a shock to everyone, and I don't want us to have an undue burden put on any of our taxpayers.
It's less I gotta pay too.
So what about you?
Okay, number 11, discuss commissioner's role and responsibilities. I think, Joe, you put that on there?
Yes, I put that on there.
Okay. Floor is yours.
Yeah, that, like when, our head department, we hired them to, take care of our county. And, I think when we, stuff need to be did, when they say you don't need to be did, I don't think a commission should be telling a head department what to do. And we had a road up there needed, but nothing wrong with the road, whatsoever. I passed by. I couldn't believe we were out there, I couldn't believe we were out there putting rocks and gravel and stuff on it. So I didn't figure what's for, I seen a little small dump truck over there. So I went on time, and I came back, I put up there and made sure it wasn't us or who. So I called the road superintendent to get on it, about putting the rock and gravel on the road. And, he said one of the commission told him to do it. And wasn't nothing wrong with the road. He said he told the commission wasn't nothing wrong with the road. And then I turned around and called the commission, they told me that I need to worry about the road in my district. I'm a county commissioner, I want all four of y'all to know it. Anything in Turner County, I'm a Turner County commissioner. And I see anything I think wrong or whatsoever, Joe Burley gonna say something about it. And I don't think no commission should tell no head department to do something, and the road superintendent went out there and looked at it, he felt the same way I felt. Wasn't nothing wrong with the road, you didn't need nothing did. So that's why I put that in. That's it.
Okay, any discussion? All right, number 1 under new business, consider chairman position for 2025.
Get a break.
I stepped down, I don't want it, Mr. Hall, Mr. Burgess, you want it, you got it.
All right, Mr. Burgess, we'll swap seats. You got it, where I belong. Attorney.
Attorney?
He got out of trouble. Right.
consider vice chairman appointment for 2025.
I will motion Mr. Calhoun.
Motion,
Just initial,
second.
the chairman needs to.
I'll second.
What was we doing? I'm sorry, I'm talking to our attorney.
So we're in a meeting.
We voted for chairman?
Calhoun,
Okay.
vice chair.
Vice chair.
I'm good.
All in favor? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Vice chair.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to working with you.
Yes, sir.
Consider reappointment of county clerk.
I make a motion to reappoint Latrice as county clerk.
Second.
All in favor? Carries. Congrats, Latrice.
Thanks.
Consider reappointment of county attorney.
Make a motion to appoint Mr. Hyde, our county attorney.
Second.
All in favor? Alright, Mr. Hyde, congrats. Consider accepting bid for grant setting services.
I move that we select the low bid of $56,150 from Chapman's Lawn Service.
All in favor? Carries, alright. Consider approving repairs for old 911 building.
I will motion that we bid it out.
I'll motion that we bid it out.
Yes.
Another second.
Before y'all vote on that, can I say one thing about that building? So, I got to, since y'all are thinking about repairing that building, I need to talk to Mayor Lee about, because that's gonna become an annex now, just like the courthouse annex, because there's criminal history stuff stored in there and other things, so that makes me responsible for security. So, the bidding, I'm gonna talk to Mayor Lee about what her thoughts are on security out there, so that's gotta be addressed also before y'all finalize your vote. I don't know, I need to come back to y'all later on and talk about that security measures there afterwards or not, but I didn't mean to throw this on you at the time, but that's sitting here thinking about, when y'all were talking about moving court, court stuff there, that's, makes it an annex of the courthouse, so that means I have to be in charge of security, and I need to talk to her about what measures she's gonna take, so.
And that may be more money.
Just wanna throw that out there for y'all to.
I make a motion we table it.
Yes.
Billy gotta be fixed, you know.
That's just,
Yeah, but if we have to put more security into it,
It gotta be fixed if we gonna use it, code or whatsoever, you can't have business all that. Either way, it gotta be
that's
fixed.
true.
So that was it.
So we got a motion.
The motion on the table anyway,
To bid.
Motion, what's your motion?
bid it out.
I agree.
All in favor? Boy.
At least get my poses in
I
there.
know.
Okay. Motion carries, so go ahead and bid it out. Next one is
No, that's.
consider board appointment for the Turner County Development Authority for a 5-year term.
I make a motion we appoint, thank you, Raymond Poor to the, Development Authority for a
Second.
5-year term.
Second.
Sorry.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Congrats and support. Consider adopting resolution for number 2025-0101 for setting the 2024 tax levy for maintenance and operation of county affairs at 13.413 mils. And for maintenance and operation of public schools in Harris County at 14.5 mils for tax year 2024, and authorize the chairman to sign the resolution on behalf of the county.
And we can bring it out of that.
But y'all taking it back,
We
so
gonna bring
we
it
gotta
to
change the
13.
whole version.
So we gotta,
We can't do the resolution, we can't do it because we've advertised in the paper to do 13.413. So I think our lawyer needs to weigh in. I have no issue going to 13. But we have advertised legally for 13 mills, so I don't know if there's a legal issue here.
Which would delay our ability to get the tax bills out.
Yes,
Well, I asked Joe Wright today, he said, the board can do whatever they wanna do.
I know,
I don't know.
but we have to go back through the legal, don't we have to go back through the legal process?
As far as advertising,
Only if you go up. If you, the only way you have to do
I don't
that
know
is
that.
if you're
I don't
going
know
up
that.
where it was last year.
Yeah, we
If you're
coming
going
down.
down, you don't have to do that, the way he explained it to me.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we coming down.
yeah, I think maybe we just change it on the resolution to the lower amount.
So Brent, you're saying we don't have to advertise again?
so we can
No, if we're
get
going
this,
down.
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna do 13.
Okay.
So all we gotta do is just change the number on the resolution.
Yeah, we added the resolution.
that's your motion, Nick?
So change the
Is your motion
just
to
read
13?
it
Thirteen.
with 13.
Okay, consider adopting resolution 250101, setting the 2024 tax levy for maintenance and operations for county affairs at 13 mills, and for maintenance and operation of public schools in Trent County at 14.5 mills for tax year 2024, and authorize the chairman to sign the resolution on behalf of the county.
Second.
Second, all in favor? Opposed? None. Motion carries. And finally, consider purchasing ambulances for EMS.
I move that we purchase the ambulance as recommended by the EMS director for the $170,000 to approximately $228.
Second.
Second, all in favor? Okay, motion carries.
Okay, we should have did that double payment, I was saying.
Do what?
Do we want to
Are we
split it?
split the payments?
Oh, I say we split it.
I do too.
I do too.
I don't care as long as it's getting paid by SPOS.
I make a motion that we split the payment like we have been doing. on the ambulance. Out of SPOS.
So,
Oh, I'm sorry, Dana made that motion, not me.
I'm fine. I'll amend my motion to state that purchase will be split between this fiscal and the next fiscal year.
Okay. The motion, second. Okay. All in favor of splitting it? Okay. All opposed? None. So that motion carries to split the, purchase of ambulance price over two for a total of $170,228.
He added the Gale resolution, James. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh, yeah, the game resolution.
Yeah, it's cool.
Alright, and,
We didn't do it in discussion. did we?
No.
yeah, we didn't, cover the gaming in discussion, so,
You got a copy of the resolution?
You got nothing.
We have got the one, the draft one for Henry.
the gaming, we didn't.
When does Carden want this done, Nate?
Tonight. He called me last night, kinda late about it.
So I read this document that, thank you, James, for sending it to me. Basically what this is proposing is that it's gonna start authorizing sports betting and casino in the state of Georgia. And it has a provision that the first 2 million of proceeds off the tax, they're gonna charge a 20% tax of gross income. And that money will be split evenly, to each county in the state. And then they have provisions thereafter, anything over that 2 billion to be split amongst the counties and to go towards, prevention, gambling addiction programs. So, but it's for 10 years that monies will be split.
Yeah, and what the resolution will do is have a constitutional amendment to allow for sports betting and casino gambling in Georgia. And no, they say there's be no taxpayer burden.
And when you say split,
But what they're gonna do is, they're gonna take all the money that they pay to the state, we're gonna, if this resolution goes through, it's gonna go in a pot. And every county in the state, Turner County gets just as much money as Fulton County, Atlanta gets.
that's a big number.
So we're going to get, and the only earmark on the money is you can't pay salaries with it. You can do anything, you can do any other thing you want to. It could be $3 to $5 million.
So the way this reads though, it says the first 2 billion, so as it starts, I take it it's the first year. The 2 billion will be distributed evenly, and then for the next year, 10 years thereafter, it's, $500 million of annual proceeds. So we'll get part of $2 billion the first year, and the next 10 years after, we'll get a part of a $500 million pot, and then after 10 years, we won't get anything.
I'm good with that first 2 billion.
Well,
I'm in favor of anything that brings that money.
Yeah, it's gonna,
Have a lower
it's
tax.
gonna establish
I
a, it's gonna establish a Georgia Gaming Commission to oversee all of it.
But it has to pass it hasn't even
Yeah.
The
passed.
Georgia
They're gonna put
voters,
a- this
the
is to
Georgia
put a
voters are gonna
referendum.
vote on
So this is to put a referendum on the ballot, right?
it, correct.
I make a motion, we go with the,
The resolution.
Resolution.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second for resolution 2025-0142 for the gaming resolution. All in favor? Opposed? Alright, motion carries. And now, the next agenda item is public comments.
Peter Walker, Larry Butler.
Yes, sir.
Got a question. How close are we on the taxes deadline? Or am I behind? As soon as y'all can, please get them. If they can catch me and Rebecca, they run me down, I want to know where it's at.
We want to pay their taxes.
we just got
I can't believe people is itching like they ought to, and they wearing this motor out of the city hall.
we just
Please,
got,
please, as soon as you can, please help me.
we was waiting on the school board sitting right
Oh,
there, and
okay.
2 young ladies, and we just got through with ours as soon as they got through.
I'm just asking for a favor from the county
So-
commission.
Since we voted on this, it's gonna be a go.
Okay, thank y'all.
Alright. Do you have any more comments from the public? Alright, no more comments. Now we are going to adjourn to go into executive session.
I make a motion, we go into executive session for personnel and real estate.
Okay, we got a motion to go into executive session for personnel and real estate.
Right.
Second, all in favor? Alright.
Stay here.
We will
Stay
be
here.
back.
Y'all leave it or we